Hi Claude. Okay, this is the unit. I know it doesn't look like much, but it's a prototype. You know, it is what it is. It'll be obviously much smaller in the finished product, but we've used full-size components and we haven't actually been utilising all the space to make it small, but you get that. Alright, let me show you how this will work. I've got this little motor which isn't really going to show you that much. Just to make sure you can see everything. Now, where this motor's hooked up, there's 4 terminals. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 2 outer terminals, don't touch them. The power comes from here, goes to here. So leave this alone for the time being. These 2 middle ones are where you will hook your motor. Okay. Now, your power, positive goes to positive, red to red, black to black. Yeah, that's pretty simple. Don't connect it the wrong way because it doesn't have any reverse polarity protection. Now, I'll just chuck this motor on. I'm using this motor. This is a really inefficient motor. It chews something like 150 amps at stall, but without loading it up, it's probably going to be pretty much equivalent of what the motor that you guys are using will be. So let me make sure you can see that okay. Cool. Alright. Hook your motor, positive and negative up. Now, you can power it on from 12 to 36 volts. I've only got it, I'm only running this at 16 volts, but between 12 to 36 is okay. This control here is your PWM speed. This control here is your current limit. Current limit's kind of dodgy at the moment because the leads from the sense to the comparator are too long, but it should be fine for your application. Now, to use it, that control is not programmed. A to go forward, C to stop. B to go backwards, C to stop. Now, let me just slow the speed down. You can see the speed's adjustable from here. So we can adjust it to whatever speed we need, from basically nothing all the way up to full speed. You can even pump the voltage up. We slow it down. C to stop. B to go in the other direction. C to stop. A to go in the other direction. C to stop. Now, it's got electronic braking. So, from the moment you press C, electronic brake kicks in. There's no overrun. You can especially see it at high speed. See how it just stopped then? Bang. Stop. Now that electronic braking also applies to the limit switches. Now we've got 2 limit switches. One is for forward, one is for backward. So if we press the A button to go forward, and we press the forward limit switch, everything stops. A is now locked out from us. All we can do is go to B. B runs the motor until the B limit switch is pressed. So the backwards limit switch. Now, B is now locked out for us. All we can do is go to A. See what I mean? So the motor will keep running until it hits the forward limit switch. While that limit switch is pressed, it can't go any further forward. But if the limit switch is released, it can go forward again. Okay, so once that limit switch is pressed, it stops. Release it and it keeps going. Now, the only way you can get out of that mode, you can't go forward anymore because the limit switch is down, you press B. So the A switch has no effect now. And it will keep running until it hits B. As soon as it hits B, electronic braking kicks in, stops the motor straight away. The only way we can reset it is by pressing either A or by taking our hand off the limit switch. And remember, C stops it. Now, if we have a situation where we go over current, okay, I've just done it there. Now, you'll see there's two lights here. Number 1 light and number 2 light. Now, to reset it, that first light means everything's okay. That second light means that we've gone over current. There's something wrong with the motor or it's drawn too much current. To reset it, we press D. Now we can go again. So we press the A button. We're going away, going away. Now the reason it's just kicked into overcurrent is because while the motor's running, it chews a lot more current when you try and change the motor when it's moving. So going from forward to reverse when there's a heap of current, when there's, let me rephrase that. Going from forward to reverse while the motor's still moving will chew probably 3 or 4 times what the stall current of the motor is. So that's never a good idea. So we press D to reset, and away we go. Until we hit our limit switch. We change direction, hit the limit switch. Take our finger off the limit switch, it'll keep going in the same direction unless we push C, in which case it'll slam into stop. So we can go A, we hit B, we've just gone over current. We can turn the current limit up, and go to A, we can go to B, we can go to A, we can go to B, go to A, go to B, go to A, go to B. I can really see that current spiking it. And that's how easy it is to use. Simply press the button to go in one direction. Once it hits the limit switch, bang, stops. All you can do is press B to change the direction. When it hits that limit switch, bang, stopped. Okay, now I've just pressed C to stop it. So the A button is forward, the B button is reverse, the C button is stop, and the D button is reset. Now, we set our speed here. I think I described this already, but I'll just recover it just in case. You can see the speed there. And change the direction. When the motor's going this sort of speed, you're not going to be chewing much current at all. When we hit the limit switches, bang, it stops. If it's going in the other direction, the other limit switch, bang. It actually looks like it's still going, but it's this tape. It's just spinning around because it wants to go back to the central position from being on its edge. Bang, 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 bang. And that braking will work all the way through. So no matter how fast you're going, bang, stops. Bang, bang. I've just pressed C to stop it. So that's how easy it is, buddy. It's really simple to use. It's robust. I've been running it now for the past couple of days, and obviously I've had no problems. You can see it won't work with the same control. it'll only work with its own control. See? Nothing. So it's completely locked out. And there's something like 65 million combinations, so there's no way we're going to find two that are the same. If we do, that's pretty damn unlucky. But yeah, to train it, on the board there's a small button on this square module here. So see how this one doesn't do a damn thing? To train it, we push the button and we push it. Now we've just trained the unit, and it will work as if it's part of the setup. So now you can see we've actually got 3 here. I also should explain to you, if your motor's going, C is your stop, but D is also stop and reset. Okay, so remember, A is forward, B is backward, C is stop, D is stop or reset. So we'll just turn the current limit down so I can show you what I mean. Okay, we've just triggered the current limit. We can't reset it by pushing C, but we can reset it by pushing D. But D will also stop the motor. So if there's no overcurrent situation, then D also stops it. I think that's it, man. Each unit will come with just one controller. Additional controllers, I think they're like $7 or something like that. Who knows? I can't recall. I haven't actually worked it out. But yeah, when we power it on, it goes straight to ready state. Ready state is indicated by that LED. I'll probably have a power on LED as well, just so you can see that everything's functional and whatnot. So easy. That's all there is to it. You can replace these switches with your proper limit switches. I think that pretty much covers everything. But these are a lot better control than the original crap ones. I've also spoken to the manufacturer about getting slightly raised rather than sunk like this, because I've noticed some of them can actually stick if you press them on a real weird angle. So with the next lot, they're going to fix that up for me as well. And that's all there is to it. Mate, enjoy. I'll send this out to you Monday with the motor. Make sure you send this back to me, because I still need it. I'll need it if I ever make changes or I ever want to do something different with it. So yeah, don't keep it as a souvenir or whatever, because I do need it back. Thanks, buddy.